If
the
anyone's
rules.
curious for later, I think somebody might be willing to host a draft review log for everybody. But for now, I think we just want to do a review of the ending piles for each of these players.
All right, sounds
We'll
good.
cut on Bob to run it back at a later time.
Excellent.
There you go.
And where do you want to start, Chris? We started with Maxime, so do we want to maybe go to his right or left?
Yeah, I think we should go to who he's passing to, which I
Yeah,
don't. He would have been originally passing to. I
John, I
guess he was
believe.
passing to John. Okay, so Steve, are we good to go?
Yep. He was passing the white cards, and John said, "Yes, please. I'll take these."
Yeah.
So
So
notably, this is not his deck, right? This is just his pool.
this is this is his pile. I guess it does. It must have captured it. Maybe just when the draft ended, because we've got a lot of stuff on the sideboard down here. But
Yeah, this is the very last thing in the draft. So if John is somebody who ends up separating all the cards he doesn't want while he's drafting, then you're going to see those in the sideboard. If other players keep them all in the same pool at the beginning of the at the end of the draft and then separate them out afterwards, you're going to see them all mixed.
okay,
So,
makes sense.
whoa. Okay, so I'm already seeing my eyes jump to the Bloodsoaked Champions and the Raider
Yep.
Spoil. I mean, that is just what a pain is that combo. This
Oh yeah,
looks
it's got
pretty
two
fierce.
is
I mean, goodness gracious. The amass of 2 drops, the early debilitating injuries, the early suspension fields. I mean, this is going to really go under some of the clunkier builds, I think.
yeah. What do you think about the 3 Bondkins up here?
I think they're totally fine. I think you want any morph that just says warrior on it for the Raider spoils. It's not a particularly sexy, interesting morph, but maybe there was nothing better in his colors, and he just wanted to stick to the consistency, right? Like if you're presenting these threats early and you don't have to worry about your lands, being able to play out these threats in the same color pair will really punish any slow starts. And a 5/3 body, which will become a 6/3 body. I mean, that's quite some clock.
Yeah, he's got 1 rush of battle here, which I think is going to be huge in this deck. Can really
Hmm.
swing his life total. I bet he was looking for another one.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
would
look like
run.
he
I would be
has.
running 2 in this list for sure. No, it doesn't
Yeah.
look like he snagged one.
He did pick up that Crackling Doom we mentioned, but I think this nice streamlined black white deck
Yeah.
is the place to be for John.
Is there anything in his sideboard we would think about wanting in instead for one of these cards? Or I mean, not that I can see, I quite like the way this build's shaping up. Maybe a Bitter Revelation, maybe an Empty the Pits. Let me leave this
Maybe
conversation.
empty the pits. I don't know.
But X, so okay. Uh,
No, I don't think he can play that, but
eh,
it's a fun card.
it
You
in a
know, he's got
two-color
a
deck, it
smite.
gets slightly more appealing, right?
Yeah, but he's pretty. Looks like
Yeah,
he's
I
pretty
mean, it
evenly
seems pretty
split here.
slow. I mean, you need what? You need X to be. Oh, it's double X. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
no,
Never
could
mind.
be fun though. So he's got some removal he can side in if there's some something he can't handle, but
Yeah, I
looks.
hate mainboarding Smite, so I agree with that decision to leave it in the board,
Hmm. So
especially with 2 suspension fields and 3 debilitating injuries. I mean, my gosh.
yeah, I do think that maybe a bit of revelation might be a good. Just keep
It's
the
just hard to go wrong
cards
with
and
it, right? Like, it
yeah,
always feels good to cast. Granted, it's bad if you're behind, but I mean, this deck doesn't look like it's ever going to be behind.
no, and he's only got the 1 delve, so that aspect of it
Hmm.
isn't as exciting.
So what I'm hearing is he should be putting in this Empty the Weirds, or whatever it's called.
To empty the pits.
Empty the Pits, yeah.
Uh,
Okay, looks good.
yeah,
He goes up for me. I wish I had John just slightly higher in my rankings now. But yeah, looking good for Team Abzan.
Team Mardu.
Mardu. Oh, my apologies.
Hmm. Yeah, I have John pretty high in my my pick order. Won't lie. So let's see what Daniel G. Frisky Hobbit's got. Looks like a
Ooh,
nice.
of course, I see Villainous Wealth when I see Daniel G. This is the kind of card he loves playing. Um, just he has a record of playing dirtily, control. Let me get the card advantage decks, and Villainous Wealth is just like just candy to a man who plays decks like that.
I mean, look at these 3 Kintry invocations
Yeah,
with all
yeah.
these 1 and 2 drops. Well, I guess you could maybe use another parapet or so, but that's going to be a pretty fast start as well.
Yeah, I will say I don't love the opportunity risk of having to run embodiments of springs to make them a little bit better. But granted, I get I see embodiment of spring and I see villainous wealth and I get it, right? Like he wants to get those lands up. And in fact, I'm curious how many lands he will be running in a deck like this because I imagine it will be more than the typical 24 to enable his ability to play these board wipes like that wins to get to
2 of
these.
them.
2 of them. Oh my gosh.
Pretty
Okay, that's
wild.
that's actually very interesting.
Yeah, I was defaulting to 26 in this league, where I usually
Hmm.
default to 25 and go from there. But yeah, I think you got to do extra lands.
Do you
I don't know
think
if
this
he's.
deck could go up against John's?
I think it would be maybe even a bad matchup for John to
Yeah,
just slow down and then you know have this top end. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
because it's not like John has that much early removal for like 04 bodies or even
Right.
ones that he'll want to use, right? So it is likely that these kin trees will always have a target.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to scout the sideboard here, and I don't know. I don't know what I put in there. Maybe disdainful stroke. Does he already running one of those? He does have one already.
I like one. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks like a a build I would not want to play against.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if I would want to run it just because it looks like it could fold to some variant issues in this format, like maybe he doesn't have the right lands, or maybe he only draws Kintry evocations but has no creatures to pair them with. Um, but if the cards align, I feel like wow, I mean he has no shortage of win cons here.
Yeah, it looks like he took the duels and tri-lands pretty
Very,
aggressively.
that's a lot of lands.
It's a lot of lands.
Oh man. He
All
he
right.
snags fixing like a demon. Good gosh, I've never seen so many tap lands in a Mega
That's
Draft
how
deck.
Max started, and then I guess Daniel came in underneath him and started grabbing lands.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Very cool.
All right. Should we see what Eric's up to?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Jeskai. I know those guys.
3 Jeskai charms. That looks pretty nice.
But I wonder if his Abs and brothers will fear some form of betrayal over this color switch from green white black to this Jeskai color pair.
Yeah, and so I think we're looking at just the cards, right? This still needs to get pared down a good bit.
Probably, yeah. I mean, there's many more playables than and I mean, I'm seeing 3 Weave Fates. I don't think his final build's running 3 Weave Fates.
No, I don't think he can do that.
I mean, he's clearly if he's going down this sort of direction, he's playing the hey, I'm gonna have more cards in my hand than you kind of game. But my concern is whether or not um, he can deal with the aggression stemming from a deck like John.
Yeah, I think it'd be tough to handle that sort of consistent. So it seems like, especially if we're playing all these students, he's going to want to be on the front foot too. And this could be basically an Azorius splash. Some of these Jeskai cards. I'm not
Something
sure.
to note is that he does have 3 of those charms, so he does have a way of getting back into the game if he falls behind life wise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and he did get the ascendancy. Okay, we're full steam ahead, Jeskai. Prowess, 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 prowess.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see if there's anything.
And I haven't gotten the heads up from Jordan that Maxime and Evan are ready, but we should cover the rest of the pools first. So we're good to finish these
Okay,
out.
all right. Let's do these a little bit more quickly then. So we got
Okay.
Evan. Looks like he's on Mardu.
This is the
Uh,
first Mardu, right? I mean, John was white black, but this is like dedicated Mardu now.
correct. Yeah, John was
Yeah.
just white black. Yeah, I mean, my first impression is where's the low drops for your Mardu build?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Ascendancy, 3 Mardu charms, a Crackling Doom. I mean, that's pretty high card quality.
Yeah, he does look like he has a great bomb in the form of he has two Sentinels of Arishin.
Oh yeah, can't you can't
Um,
look past that.
wow. Yeah, the issue is certainly if he can survive the early game to make it to this very strong mid game.
And nothing really jumping out here, so we can keep this moving.
Yeah.
Nick. Okay, we got.
Who would have thought we'd see two Sultai builds?
uh, well, we sure do. Let's
Well,
see.
Sultai's splashing white from the looks of it. And I mean,
Yeah,
if we look at his fixing, he's come prepared.
look at that.
Is
Look
that
at
four
that.
deltas?
Yes, that's 4 polluted deltas.
I honestly love it. How many delve cards do we have? Because being able to get that like free quote unquote free delve is always very nice.
Well, we've got the
A lot of delve.
scavengers, the mandrills.
Okay. Now this is the kind of clunk I like playing.
Look at these 2 treasure cruises and a dead drop
Oh
in
my
there.
goodness.
Okay, okay.
How many ways does he have to get stuff in the cards? I know we saw those more in the graveyard. I know we saw those morphs. But does he have any like other consistent ways of fueling that grave? He has two viziers too. That's so funny.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
I'm surprised to see no bitter revelations, but maybe I haven't seen many of them just period in the draft. I don't think we've seen a lot of them in pools.
No, I don't think we have. But it looks like a fun deck. I think we might be in for some long matches here.
Yeah, especially if he's paired up against Dan at any moment or a frisky Hobbit. All
For
right, so
sure.
we got two left. We have Preacher with another Jeskai build, but pretty dedicated. Actually, not even Jeskai, just
No.
blue red basically, splashing green.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if he splashes these. I guess the secret plans.
Ah, secret plans. Okay. Oh, and he's got a secret
Looking
plans
for
deck. I
next.
mean, look, three monastery flocks, Kintree Warden. He's gonna put the those really cheap to flip morphs down on the battlefield, accrue some card advantage, and then I guess win through some spells, crippling chill, arrow storms, mystics, just swinging in, chipping away slowly but surely. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is definitely the kind of deck I know Richard likes playing.
Yeah, and I think like John's, this is the kind of thing that once they're on the front foot, it's gonna feel real hard
Yeah.
to stay with it.
Anything in the board here?
Nothing's jumping out at me. Little
Hmm.
nope.
Maybe the Avalanche, but it looks like he doesn't really want to stay that green, and it doesn't really fit his game plan either. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then our last build here. Ooh, look at this.
Green white.
Green white. Interesting.
Wow. Okay. And this is from Oompa. Okay. Yeah, green white is never a color pair I think I've seen, honestly. I mean, I know you typically want to pair the white with the black because it can split into either Mardu or Abzan. So it's very rare to see the exclusive green white, especially with what is that, two turtle shells?
It is.
Okay,
It is.
so this
Okay.
is the yes, please. I would like to outlast, sir.
It does seem to be that way. It's got a couple blossoming sands, but what? Yeah.
Do you want to take a bet on how many of these Awaken the Bears he will be running in his final list?
Sure. I'll put. How about I'll put the over under at 2.5.
Okay. I believe in this maniac. I'm gonna say four.
Okay, so you're taking the over.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
he's my clanmate, and you sometimes you just have to swing for the fences, quite literally.
okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
that's all the decks, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's it. We went through all them all.
Let's
Uh,
get some games going. I'm excited.